reading. I read and sound it out as king of reading. I use my strategies. I'm always busy reading. There's never time to play, 'cause I must use my strategies, 'cause I need help every day.
Our journey began last year when we wanted to find ways to support our children with their reading. I had a grade 1-2 class, and Jill had a kindergarten grade 1 class. We found they were very similar in behaviors, and also many of them were not wanting to read. So we really wanted to find something to help them.
Our inquiry began looking into the performance standards and how we could use them to support our children's reading. We began with this question: can the performance standards be used to help early primary children reflect on, self-assess, and gain greater understanding of their own reading performance? As we looked into the performance standards, we realized that what we needed to know and what the kids needed to know is, what do good readers do? That first year, we learned that the students were able to use their strategies. They were able to describe what good reading looks and sounds like, and they were able to talk about their own reading performance.
This year I moved schools, and I am teaching grade 3. I asked these students the same questions. What do good readers do? It was very interesting because I found out that it was very similar to last year, that these children also needed to know what good readers do. I have a wonderful class this year of grade 3 students. When they arrived in September, I could see there was a lot of things we were going to need to work on. Many of the students had attendance problems. Quite a few of them were on IEPs. A lot of them had behavior concerns, but most of all in achievement. A lot of them had low self-esteem, not very much confidence, and I really wanted to raise this and help these students that were at risk.
We realized that the children needed a greater awareness and understanding of what good readers do. We began by teaching them explicitly the strategies for before I read, as I read, and after I read.
I predicted this one at the boys helping the father in the backyard, helping the plants and stuff. And now the boy is giving her a hug, and they're saying thank you for the birthday.
When I get stuck on a word, I usually use did I look carefully and check. Because did I look carefully, sometimes you just read on and you don't read the full thing. And chunk, you could chunk little words and you could get the word.
When I get stuck, I use my strategies like look carefully, does it make sense, does it look right? Then I use some strategies like chunk, pop it out, sound. Then I use my picture clues to make visions in my head. After that, I just go back and reread and I get it.
When I get stuck on a word, most of the time I look at it, and if that doesn't work, I chunk it. If still that doesn't work, I jump over it, and a couple of sentences later, I reread it and see if I figured out the word. Then if that doesn't work, I ask somebody beside me or the other person. And then if that doesn't work, I ask the teacher. If she doesn't even know the word, because that's happened once, I put all my strategies together. I figured it out once.
When someone gets stuck on a word, one rule in our class is give a strategy, not the word. If you give the word, it's not really helping them. And if you give a strategy, they could figure out the word.
After I read, I like to reflect. This book has 2 reflections that I would like to say. The first one is about my little bird here, Silva. His name is Spike, and it says right about what type of bird he is and where he's from, and what he can do and what he eats and stuff. I really liked this book because it had lots of connections to my life, and it was a very good book.